Well, welcome to Puff Daddy Reef. Today's just an update on the 80-gallon frag tank. It's doing fragalicious. The corals are growing, the colors are popping, the fish are swimming. I have been having some different stuff growing there, some maybe like cyano type stuff I've been working on. Mostly need to do some more water changes. I still have only about 5 fish in here, but they're all doing great, and that's basically all I need. The tang is just, the colors on it are amazing. I mean, sometimes you see tangs at the pet store and they look really white. This tang is the most vibrant yellow tang I've ever seen. It's just looking really good, nice and fat. Flame Angel is also equally vibrant and beautiful. Everyone is doing well. The maroon clownfish now has 2 lovely anemones to hang out in, and boy does he love hanging out in them. My little buddy here, by that gold-tipped hammer coral, the frostbite clown, he loves hosting it, just swims in it all day. The fish are kind of afraid of the camera, so they like to hang out under that overhang. That's a great feature to have. The only guy that's not eating pellet food is this buddy here, the little Bengai cardinal. He's kind of picky, so he pretty much just eats mysis. I have some cool zoas down here. Look at this powie. That is they call it a blue agave, I think. If you have a different idea, let me know. But those have recently started to take up in my tank and start sprouting. I've got some more back there, as you can see from the focus redirect. I've been messing around with the lighting a lot, so that's my other big update. I've been using way too much light on this Kessil AP700. It's very powerful. I was looking at Bulk Reef Supply's website, and they had the 4T5 and Kessil combo. For a 6-foot tank, I got a 4-foot tank. But I was running at 60%. They're only running at 30, so it might be a good idea. But the big thing I'd want to talk about is I got these new lenses for the Kessil. These are the, let's see, I'll pull up the box here. They're the Kessil Optical kit. This is the major Diffusion Optical. And so there's a lot of foresight on Kessil's part. They put some magnets in actually behind the lights, so they'd have the ability to put these optical kits in. Now, I was kind of surprised when I got them. I expected them to be glass and hard plastic, but they're actually, with a hard plastic outside, they're actually, it's almost like a really soft touch rubber with magnets on either end. And the lens itself is kind of like a hazed plastic or polycarbonate. And so overall, I still like them a lot. They're very easy to put on. I was just expecting something that's glass. You get 2 of them for like 45 bucks. But they work well. One thing that you can see sometimes, if you look on my hand, it might not pick up on this. Yeah, you can see some of their like spikes and glow and different things. If I get a piece of printer paper, that might help. So I'll give you a quick view of this tank while I grab some printer paper. I like this view down the tank. It's just a very good view. You can see everything that's going on the long ways. I kind of planned it so you can view it on both ends. My only regret is I don't have enough room to put it up as a peninsula somewhere. So let's kind of look at this light. I'm trying to focus on it. It looks adjusted, but you can see there are some hot spots on there. Some weird areas where there's some scattering on the edge. And so when you put this optical kit on, which is, what did I tell you, like the easiest thing in the world, you just hold it up and it snaps in place. You can't see any of that at all. So all you see is a clear, perfectly round reflection. And so overall, I'd rate them highly. I think they completely smooth out the big advantage of the Kessil, which was Overall, the other lighting things, it has least likely to have what I would call disco effect, or separation of the different colors, because there's lots of different colored LEDs in there. And any of the shimmer lines are from a singular, well blended color. And they said this kind of softens the look in the tank. I'm going to pull the light off real quick and see if you can tell the difference. And it does. If you look at that sand right down by the maroon clownfish, you can see it's shimmering quite a bit. I'll put this on, and it softens it a little bit. So let's try that one more time just for kicks and giggles. Now it's open. You can see it definitely softens the shimmer, make it a little more slow looking and natural. And because of that, I would rate them pretty highly. I really don't like people that just say everything's 100% great. I think because of their soft construction, you can see there's kind of like a gap in there that almost like sags. There's a little bit of light bleed you can see out, and so that's kind of disappointing. See how there's some light coming out because it's it's just rubber. There's no real structure in there. Even the lens is a little plastic, but other than that, I think they achieved the effect I want in my tank, so I'm very happy about that. It's kind of like the same thing with the Kessil, which is why I'm very skeptical of reviews on websites and blogs like Reef Builders and those other sites, because the Kessil said, oh, it's the greatest light in the world, it's amazing, it's great. And while I do like the light, the app had a lot of problems. It's very hard to use. It's hard to manipulate with your fingers. And none of that stuff was really discussed. I also think that having to reset things when you lose the power is kind of annoying, and it's just overall is the least convenient of my smart lights that I have. It's kind of like the gyre back there. When it released, everyone was just talking of how amazing this thing would be. In reality, the power going in reverse was extremely low compared to the power going forward. There's also noise issues to the point that they released new mounting brackets just months after release. And there was also a cable fraying issue. And of course, none of that was talked about by the major blogs and review sites. So sorry that this was a little bit longer video, but I wanted to give you my honest take on the major diffusion kit for the Kessil AP700. I like how it looks. Once again, I would recommend it. It's a little different than I expected, but I would still recommend it either way. I would probably go major diffusion just because the light has so much power. You can always overcome the diffusion, and if you really want to smooth out those lines, you're going to need it. So thank you very much for joining me for another episode of Puff Daddy Reef. Please like and subscribe, comment on this video, and let me know if you have any ideas in the comment section below for this tank. I think I need a new fish, so please tell me what type of fish I should add. It's just a very, it's not a lonely tank, but it is well understocked. So let me know, and thanks again for watching Puff Daddy Reef.